The guy that I'm staying with, he's at the grocery store, so I finally get a few minutes of peace and quiet. That's the thing, is that I need my own place. I need what I had before Natalie was killed. I can't take care of myself without that. I can't function without that. I keep being abused because of the symptoms of being in all of these different environments, moving from one place to another, to another, to another, to another. And I am expected to be just like you, without the help from family, without that money. These people knew that they could get away with doing whatever they wanted. That's what the homelessness tells them, that they can do whatever they want. It tells them that you don't have anyone in your corner. With Miss Peaches, yes, she made lots of fucking promises. Lots of promises. But when it all came down to it, she didn't follow through. I can't function. All of these people saying I wasn't trying to get help. I am trying to get help. The first thing I need is a safe fucking place. I have sensory overload issues. I finally passed out. I don't sleep. I pass out from exhaustion. And I woke up to yelling at a video game and something on the TV. And like I said, he's not a bad dude. If I had my own room, I could probably do this. And he's got rooms that are just full of stuff. And they're cold. They're fucking cold. They're just cold. All the money that I had was stolen from me, and that's the thing, is that it's illegal for these people to do these things. It's illegal as fuck. But because I can't function, they all get away with it. Now, I told the officers, all of these officers, hey, this is how you need to deal with the situation. I am overwhelmed. I have severe PTSD from the shit that I have gone through. I need actual help. I needed actual help, not people assuming the worst in me and fucking punishing me. Every time that I believed somebody and I went there and they were a fucking alcoholic, I needed professional help. I didn't need alcoholic help. I didn't need meth head help. I needed those people to make fucking statements, but it's obvious why they didn't. They're too fucked up. And I knew Shannon Alvarado was the world's shittiest goddamn listener. She is a fucking shitty listener. All she cares about is herself, especially when she's drinking. She is very sweet when she's sober. She really is. The police in the jails fucking tortured me physically, psychologically, however the fuck they could. That's what not being allowed in day in court does. That's what having your fucking name slandered all over the fucking world, all over the news fucking does. That's what being assaulted by a police officer and having that on your permanent arrest fucking record does. Meanwhile, the information that I need in order to go after these places for what they did, I need a fucking attorney for, and I can't function well enough to write all this shit down. I need peace and fucking quiet. Not 45 minutes every fucking 8 goddamn days. That's not gonna work. Going to the library isn't gonna work because I need to make fucking phone calls. Something that I haven't been able to do since Natalie fucking disappeared. Have a safe place to do this shit. Everywhere I go, people have expectations of me that I cannot fulfill. I can't take care of myself. How am I supposed to do all that shit? I went to you for help because you promised you would help. That evidence that I was trying to show, that evidence that I was trying to show, that I literally broke the law to try to show, shows that those officers fucking lied. I have to dig through thousands of fucking screenshots. There is evidence that I never fucking got back. They outright stole from me. And they illegally prevented me from going to my fucking court dates. Did not do their jobs. I literally pled out to shit that I shouldn't have had to. Because I was not allowed to fire my attorney who wouldn't do her job. Repeated attorneys who wouldn't do their jobs. But there is so much more to it. In order to write a report about those people, I need the names and fucking dates. My guilt was assumed. I had to go through kangaroo fucking court. Meanwhile, if I'd have been able to get a hold of Miss Peaches and say, hey, Miss Peaches, they fucking slandered us. If I'd have been able to do that and say, hey, I need your fucking statement now. I don't need it in a goddamn year because she never fucking wrote it. Zero effort means zero effort. It's not her fault that Mandy Hughes' money for the telephone didn't come through. It's not Miss Peach's fault. It isn't. It's not Mandy Hughes' fault. But that shit needed to be brought up in fucking court. My public pretender, Pamela Cardi, apologized to me about the bullshit I was going through. Said it was fucking terrible, but she wouldn't do a goddamn thing about it. And I have to go through this agency to complain about these people, and this agency to complain about those people. Meanwhile, all of these people together fucked me severely. All of these goddamn professionals. All of these people you pay your fucking taxes to. It's Shannon Alvarado's. Yeah, I have sensory overload issues from the fucking volume. I explained that to her. She pretended like she understood. Yes, yelling at Rick is gonna make it worse. If shows about fucking people screaming at each other is gonna fucking send me into a fucking overload, then yes, you streaming at somebody in your very own house because you're fucking drunk is gonna send me into overload. Like I said, everywhere I went, I tried to show them what was going on. Everywhere that I went, officers went out of their way not to look at the fucking evidence. I had to be afraid of coming back to Chapel, Nebraska. I had to be afraid of going to Boulder, Colorado because of warrants that never should have fucking been there. I went to every fucking court date. I went to every goddamn one. I needed someone to show up who knew what the fuck was going on. Steve Tomlinson didn't know what the fuck was going on. He didn't have time. Graham didn't find out what the fuck was going on. He just took my money and ran. He smoked my weed. He drank the beer. Same thing with Joshua Eichelberger. I didn't go there for them to fucking use all of my money to not keep their fucking word. I needed help. Before Natalie died, I offered $20 an hour to get fucking help. Because nobody is going to listen to someone with the mentally ill tag over their head. These officers intentionally fucking tortured me in the goddamn jails. Many fucking inmates saw it. Many inmates spoke up about it in the fucking jails. Hey man, leave that guy alone. You need to go to your cell. They can do whatever the fuck they want. And there's no volume in those places. Not for your protection, but so that they can do whatever they want and get the fuck away with it. Body cameras need to be required in these places and to be on at all points in time. For the safety of the inmate. Court proceedings need to be fucking recorded. We have too many judges doing fucked up shit. We have too many police officers doing fucked up shit and getting away with it. Upon occasion, they get busted. For every one officer who gets busted, there are 10 officers who are doing this who are getting away with it over and over and over again. You can bust a police officer outright, but with nobody there who's gonna fucking do anything about it, it doesn't matter. Without a safe place where I can process this shit, I have to relive it every fucking day. Knowing that because I never got an honest day in court, because I literally had to break the law to defend myself. They poked me with a stick and poked me with a stick and poked me with a stick. And then when I defend myself, they say, see, he's violent. Our society is not accepting of people who are different. I am a good fucking person. I am going through fucking hell. I can't take care of myself because of what happened. When I couldn't take care of myself, I had to deal with every fucking predator there is. When I fucked up my back, I had to deal with Boulder Police Department and their fucking harassment. I could not get away from it. I couldn't leave that fucking block. And when I was driven fucking crazy, those people who pretended that they were my friends and they were gonna help treated me like shit for it. Because I had a mental fucking breakdown from the Boulder Police Department. That's the thing about all these people who only care about children. The problem is that those foster children that are fucked over by CPS, they're going to age out of the system. They're going to turn 18. They're going to have nothing and nobody. All of these people who fucked me over and did me wrong, they all have families that would actually show the fuck up They would actually write a fucking report. It wouldn't take them 6 goddamn months. If I hadn't been constantly moving from one place to another, to another, to another, trying to find a safe environment, going from one abusive environment to another, I could have shown Miss Peaches what was going on in the time that she had. What I got was empty fucking promises. Going to see Miss Peaches. You have no idea how much being thrown away by her fucking hurts. But also, the fact of the matter is, I can't see Miss Peaches. I couldn't see her before that fucking happened. What she's not understanding is that separated me from everyone I fucking care about. Everybody who brings joy and fucking happiness to my life. I need positivity. Do you know how difficult it is to have a positive fucking attitude when you are surrounded by negativity? You know, when it's constant fucking killing on the TV and jokes about fucking rape on the radio. You know what that's like for someone who has lived through that shit. You have no idea how many of my friends have been fucking murdered. Some of them by guns, some of them by knives, some of them by Boulder Police Department, by bad laws. It doesn't matter because nobody actually fucking cares. I am not family to anyone. All of these people who called me family threw me away like I was fucking trash when I had nothing else to give. I gave everything I had because I needed help. I needed help getting a safe environment. You know how fucked it is that Brett Roloff, he's one of the witnesses who is aware of the shit that I was going through, at least in part. Like about me wanting to see him when I went to Virginia, and about him inviting me to go see him in North Carolina, and I let him know that I didn't feel comfortable going because I didn't want to be that close to Natalie and her family. That conversation is here on this YouTube. And he was going to help me, and when I got there, he couldn't help me because he was too fucked up on meth, and so was his girlfriend. They were too busy fucking screaming. Every day they were screaming at each other. And they were both nice to me. I wasn't the one that they were hateful towards. But I had a fucking meltdown while I was there. And Brett treated me like shit for having a meltdown. And his girlfriend is using that to try to get me to hate on Brett. And Brett's using that to try to fucking get me to hate on her. I don't hate either fucking one of them. They're addicts. I feel bad for them. You know how much it hurt me hearing Brett digging through his own fucking feces trying to get meth? I heard a door. It's either the neighbors or somebody's here. I can't function well enough to do the things that I need to do, the things that I'm being asked to do without a safe environment. For somebody who's autistic, who has been through extreme abuse, you don't even have to be autistic. If you have been through severe physical and mental and sexual abuse, or any one of those three, yeah, You're going to have sensory overload issues, especially when dealing with alcoholics or drug addicts. What the Bollinger family did to me, they did intentionally, and they got away with it because I was assaulted by Waylon Lolatai. There are certain things that you can say about a person, and nobody is going to help them because of that. And those things were said about me, not even by the person that I supposedly did it to. I was begging for help. I went to multiple jurisdictions. Right now, Scott DaCosta, if he's actually investigating any of this shit, he's going to realize that, yes, in January of 2017, I was sent to Scotts Bluff on a mental health hold. And he's going to realize that it was two state patrol officers and Officer Jordan Anderson who took me. When I went to his office, I needed someone who knew me to go in there with me, not some stranger like Jen Beebe. Jen Beebe, when I was explaining to her the situation that I was going through, I was doing my best. She was Johnny on the spot with what she wanted to do, with the help that she wanted to give, but she needed to listen and understand what was going on. When you try to turn in police and they get away with it, when they know they can victimize you, they will. So it's time for noises.